Partner in crime.
God damn it, man. Wait till I get his ass in here. I'm going to give him some shit. You know how that crap goes. You lay it on the fucking buck, man. They don't get produced properly, and then everything gets the shit in the fan, and somebody's going to get it rolling down the hill. You know how I'm always at the bottom, right? Because I'm so small.
Hello, welcome to Metaverse Degen, and my work works finally this time. I'm live.
I'm Old Man Raptor, and I'm here trying to make sure his shit works. Oh, it is working. And our guest would be you folks.
I'm Ness from Nesvirtual, and this is
Porthunax. Partner, co-director, part of Nesvirtual as well.
Wow. Ooh, the hard ass. We got a hard ass here. Yeah, I see how it works. Ooh, yeah, nice.
What's that mean?
Yeah, great. Director's always the hard ass. The scripts guy's the ones that gets pissed. You don't want to piss those guys off because, fuck this. I'm changing the line. He said this. I'm changing this shit. Yeah, that's a bitch.
when his trackers start dying, he gets so mad.
Oh, wow. Ooh, okay,
He's like, hurry up to finish the shoot.
I'm like, get in your damn position. Yes, I feel bad.
It's right here. The axe is on the goddamn ground. There. Okay, oh, shit. You moved an inch. Now I'm fucked. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So, let's go with this before we get too crazy and not go anywhere.
How did Nesvirtual come to be, and what is Nesvirtual?
So Nesvirtual, we were talking about like just making, because we both love film so much. So we were talking about it like last year, and I did like a whole casting call, and a whole bunch of people were interested, but then nobody helped. So I was just like, oh shit, I kind of gave up for it. So we kind of just went, fuck it, we're gonna do random skits, just us two. And that's what we've been doing until recently. And then now we're actually slow. Once we're growing, we're starting to like get like help and stuff. But basically, Nesvirtual is just like it's just virtual, just using VRChat to use like films to make film and skits and stuff like that. That's all it is.
Okay.
More or less.
Alrighty, that's actually pretty cool. What challenges have you found along the way in terms of like making films and stuff have you walked in on?
Definitely like the delay of VRChat. Like it's when you're acting out a scene, there's the delay between the actors. There's clipping. We're so like anal about like the quality and stuff like that. So we reshoot like over and over until we get it perfect. But yeah, definitely the delay and the clipping. Like, yeah, wouldn't you agree? Like something like
yeah,
that.
there's also a lot. So there's all the delay and the clipping. But if we get past that, because we usually can make that work, but it takes some time. But there's other things that we might end up running into eventually and soon is avatars and worlds, things we might need that we don't have access to right now, and especially just starting. That's going to be a big obstacle that we're going to run into. Is if we need an avatar to do something, how do we do that? How do we get somebody to do that? And who do we talk to and all that? There's a whole bunch of obstacles that are running into us, but we'll get there when we get there.
Well, that's one of the beauties of VRChat. There's so many people who do that kind of thing. It's an endless resource for you to delve into. So this is a great place to start. It's not like you're out in the real world making films and have to make a studio and a house materialize out of nowhere.
Definitely, yeah.
Damn, we can't do that in here? Son of a bitch, and I've been hoping all this time to get a new home. Son of a bitch.
Well, at least...
Land.
Yeah, virtual land. At least there's things like Booth or VRChat pens where you can draw you a house somewhere. So if you want, it won't take much.
You guys do that shit all the goddamn time.
I know.
Wow, my house has got all these walls, but there ain't a goddamn window in it. Oh yeah, it's not even filled in. Yeah, I got you. You can see all the way around it. No, I got a question line. When you guys are making your films, knowing you guys are just getting started, I'm correct, and everything else like this, do you guys ever have where you keep the funny like you see in some movies and stuff like this at the they keep the funny ones at the end and going, oh wow, after watching the whole thing? Do you guys ever done anything like that, or is that something on the board?
It is on the board. We have a whole bunch of bloopers, so we're probably gonna do it like every year, like once a year or something. Like just have a huge blooper kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely love the bloopers. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of fun with it and stuff like that.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
what kind of content do you guys make for films? Like, what do you are generally shooting for?
We typically do like comedy, but we're trying to right now we're doing an action. Our most recent project's action, very like grueling, intense action. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we
this
definitely
one
want to try horror
is
as well,
different.
even though horror is really hard to get in VRChat.
Mm.
But yeah, we're trying to tackle basically every
A little
genre
bit of
because we
everything
want
for
to
sure.
we want to challenge ourselves.
Okay. So, what about horror and VRChat is hard? May I ask? At least from my own personal knowledge.
I've never seen a single video that's made in VRChat that was scary. So we
It
just want to
does
make a
seem to
scary,
be
like a scary.
untapped at the moment. Like something
Okay.
that can be innovative. Something. It's really difficult with avatars as well. That like one look at you set up the scene, it's atmospheric. You're about to get scared. This is cool, but then you see an avatar that looks ridiculous. All of a sudden, the whole thing's ruined. You have to
Yeah,
be
she's
really
like a hot
careful.
anime girl with big boobs is like the horror. It's like that's not scary. I'm
She's
turned
gonna
on.
die
So
first. She's
yeah.
blonde. She's gonna
Yeah,
go
exactly.
for. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Why'd you change your hair color all of a sudden? Now you ruined the shot. God dang it!
Yep.
Now we got to start all over. I gotcha.
Okay, I could definitely understand that. VRChat and its definite realism, I could see why it makes it hard.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That's the
I can
challenge
see
for
it.
sure.
Okay. What made you guys want to choose VRChat as your mode of making film over anywhere else, real life or otherwise?
Well, I would love to do IRL and I try, but yeah, it's hard without connections or like having people nearby. But so that's the beauty of VRChat. I could be working with people from Europe, Canada, just across the world. Like just there's just so many resources. It's just it's so much easier to connect. Because yeah, we're super far away from each other. We're really good friends. We've been friends since like what, 2000, like the 2017, 18, like really long
Yep.
time. Like the good days of VRChat. So
The good days of
yeah,
here.
Depending who you ask.
yeah,
Yeah.
Back with Uganda knuckle memes and before things got
yep,
more mainstream in COVID.
exactly. Yeah, less kids.
Definitely less kids.
Well, we're back to the kids situation again. We had that with the last person. Well, I damn kids. I don't know what to do with them. We don't either. We just let them go. We just let
Yep.
Billy go, and he just goes on his merry way, and then he comes back and becomes a royal asshole. Yeah,
You gotta
we get that quite a bit.
I bought little Billy this Quest headset he's been raving about. Now he's talking something about femboys and Uganda knuckles. I don't understand.
Oh,
no.
they'll have to learn.
It's out of the bag now.
Alrighty. So do you guys generally do your work in public or private instances? And how do you guys work with that?
More like Friends Plus. More like Friends Plus because we just film. We don't care if our friends join. It's kind of like an advertisement. It's like, oh, we're filming. Do you want to help us? Kind of thing.
Right.
Because we're trying to recruit like as body actors or like voice actors, like just anybody that could like help out in the project.
Okay. So what is it you guys are looking for right now for help? May I ask.
What would you think? Like probably body actors is the main thing.
The main important thing
Right.
was the body actors, because there's an abundance of people that can just use their voice. That takes little, depending on the skill. That it's not hard to come by. But using good movements and body acting, that's not easy to come by. People that have
Like
full body, right?
scheduling a whole bunch of
And
people to meet at the same time, is hard at times. But like definitely like somebody that can help with avatars and worlds, that would be really cool to do too as well. We can't really spend like $500 on a custom world right now, but the future maybe.
Well, that's one of the added bonuses of the internet and VRChat is teaching yourself should also be a lot easier. And it's like it's not like you're learning everything in like Unreal Engine or whatever. At least Unity's free, Blender's free. There's resources everywhere to learn. So even if you guys for
sure
can't find anyone who's willing to do it for free, at least there's everything about VRChat is free to learn. So at least there's that bonus thing.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh.
That don't cost. I said that don't cost.
That don't cost?
That don't cost.
I'm
Just cost
lost.
time.
Yeah.
So am I. I just thought I said don't cost something. That everything costs. I don't give a crap what it
And
is.
some people are just
but I
super talented at
think-
that kind of stuff. You know, I get a headache working with avatars.
Mm,
Right.
fair enough. I could definitely see why. I've only touched Unity little bits and pieces, and my brain just has a hard time wrapping
Yeah.
itself around it.
Yours. What about mine? Mine goes, and I like to draw. My brain just goes, oh shit, just throw it on the ground, kick it around. Oh, soccer ball, bye. Yeah, that's pretty much mine. I don't even get it out the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of projects do you wish to see yourself make in the future?
Ooh. I personally would love like just a full blown like feature length film. That's like Hollywood quality. You know, something you would see in a real theater. You know, I really want to connect the divide between VRChat and like IRL, because there's definitely a divide right now for sure.
Mm.
You know, but I would love to like meet in the middle somewhere, like mocap or something like that. You know, just something like in the middle.
Okay. So,
Gotcha.
what do you think causes that divide then between VR and IRL?
Degenerate.
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 Yeah, it's because you know, if you talk to like a person that's not familiar with VRChat, you know, they're gonna be so confused when you introduce them to VRChat, and typically, you know, like all the degeneracy is that gets shown the most, right? Which, you know, whatever, people can do whatever they want, but that's what basically what VRChat's known for, you know, like doing that, doing the doing the stuff, but
Yeah, I do. I can definitely see and understand that, and especially since VRChat is the
Yeah.
internet in a visual form. It's of coming to that and trying to avoid it. It's like, yeah, don't look at the half-naked femboys and e-girls over there. Just
yeah,
that's
exactly.
not
There's
a
a lot
thing.
of curse stuff. Yeah, that definitely doesn't make VRChat look good, but it is cool that there's, you know, there's DJs, there's an actual economy, there's like, you know, a lot of cool stuff happening in VRChat for sure, and it's definitely like a future. You know, that's why like I feel like filmmaking in VRChat's like the future. It's an untapped potential
That's what I
here.
was gonna say. We're trying to provide another glimpse at what VRChat could be good for with our vision and our videos and entertainment. Definitely.
Yeah, and
We're gonna, you know, spend 10 hours of filming rather than spend 10 hours staring in a mirror.
you know that's
Right.
honestly, I think that's a much better
point.
use of your time in VRChat than most others.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so
Takes time
much
to
of
learn.
that.
Yeah, we've been through the ringer. So
I got a question, Line. Knowing you said when you came in earlier that you're the producer. Is it just you two that, you know, produce? But who comes up with the storylines is what I'm getting at. The basic line, where you're going to start with storyline. Where you're
We're
going to
basically
go,
a duo, like directors. Like we basically, hey, this is a cool idea, and then we kind of just bounce off each other. It's pretty like
bounce out.
we make sure it's definitely a bounce off type
Yeah.
thing. We try to get input
Yeah.
from both sides, and then we put something together from there. Depending on the project, say somebody really wants something more than the other, they'll tend to take lead with maybe story or certain choices, but everything is bounced off of like a partner thing. It works out very well that way, and things get moving a lot quicker.
It sounds like us.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long is the process for you guys to write a script and stuff for your film or whatever it may be?
Oh, it really depends. Like, you know, if it's something like more like writing the actual script, how long did it take you to write the SpongeBob one? It didn't take that long.
So we wrote a SpongeBob one. It was the same day, but at the same time, you know, it's a comedic thing. It was kind of ridiculous. We didn't know if it was gonna work, so I threw something together in a really good script writing software I'm using, and start to end, it finished, I believe, same day, with ideas that we've thought about over the course of days, so the whole thing wasn't just completely spawned, but it was put together so we could start filming, and it didn't take long, so same day, I would say, to write it up and get something going, and it maybe took only a day to film as well, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So you generally can get a project started at the beginning of the week and have it and done by the end of the week, at least in terms of like the recording and the planning of it anyway.
Yeah, well,
for
basically, most
SpongeBob.
of our projects have been a week or two. Like that's what most of our project was. This specific
Most.
one has been taking like a month because we have like 40 hours of filming. Like I don't know if you saw the trailer for it. It's been it's just
Oh, I most
it's
definitely
people think
did.
it's a Blender animation. Yeah, people think it's a Blender animation. That's
Yeah.
My
how
body's all sore. We're all moving and stuff. We're
Mm.
putting in our
Yes.
all.
I missed it. I didn't get to see it.
Well,
you should totally watch it. It's
I'm not.
I'll send you a link to
I'm
it.
gonna have
I
to
saw it
now.
on Twitter.
You got my curiosity up now.
Mm. So what
yeah, it was
is?
a
Ooh, sorry. You first.
oh good.
No, I was gonna ask.
I was just gonna say that basically we were surprised ourselves, but it was a very bold like kind of like project to show the VR film community. They're like, oh shit, these guys they're fucking serious because we before that we made SpongeBob,
Yeah.
so they're like, okay, whatever, they're funny, and then we just drop like a super serious like action fucking badass sequence, and then everybody's like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
yeah, like big
It's a
people and
personal
stuff.
project too. It's almost like homework. I always say that, but when I'm talking about that, we go from the the comedic side of things, and we're like, hold on, let's see what we can, because we're still learning. Every video we tend to get better, or learn something new. And this time we're like, let's do something focused on cinema, like cinematic and action. See if we can nail that down, because those are two can be difficult things to do in VRChat. This is what that project was. So it was like homework for us. It's a study guide. We're seeing what we can do with it, and something surprised us. Something cool came out of it so far. It's great. It's exciting.
So what made you want to start this specific film, like the action film, and how did this come to be?
Honestly, it was just random. I follow like
Yeah.
a VR photographer that links really great worlds. So I saw one. It's a moving train. I checked it out. I was like, damn, with this fight scene on a
Let's
fucking
fight
moving
on a
train would be
train.
cool. Then I found a couple avatars that were cool too, and then it happened like these specific avatars in that specific world looks like a fucking like 4K graphics, like PS5 fucking gameplay bullshit. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was by accident, honestly. It was just we just tried it out and it just worked out.
Hmm. So is there a story to it, or are you just doing like a long series of action sequences?
There is a story, but a very minimal story, and we're kind of like this is kind of like teasing something a lot bigger because
Mm.
I think we know that it's going to be successful, so we probably have to like make a full on thing. Yeah, so we will create like a full story.
Okay. Alrighty. So in this process of making this action sequence with the train world, what have been some of the complications and trials you found along the way in learning this style of filmmaking?
I would say just like the timing, really, like
Mhm.
that's
Avatar
basically it. But
movement.
yeah.
Depending on someone's tractors, like body acting, not everyone. I don't know if I should say that. The word training, not everyone has the time put in of being able to make an avatar look good when you're moving. Because anybody can have full body and move around with something. But there's another level of how do you move, like, say, my arm stretches out like this and that can look weird or something. So you kind of want to always keep your arms a little bent at all times. Make sure you're not clipping things. There's so much that goes into that, and I'm sitting there and it drives me crazy when
Yeah.
I'm looking at
We
somebody's
only have
arm. I'm like,
3-point tracking, so like we have to,
right.
move a certain way. We don't have like the fancy, like full body like 9-point tracking stuff.
Mm.
And he knows a lot of this because he's been an RPer for like 6 years or so.
Yeah,
So
I've too much
yeah.
experience, but
Okay. So how does the RP community mix in well with the film community since you do both?
um, so the RP thing it comes in handy, especially well because I think when people play characters, you're always visualizing how you need to move, act, sound, and so that goes in the same exact way when it comes to a film. When you have a scene showing up, you need to be
Yeah.
aware of your surroundings and be able to interact. You're role playing in the scene, right? So it's very much the same thing, except one's on camera and one's probably going to be just seen by a couple people.
Okay.
What's nice about
It's acting / improv in a way, like role playing.
yeah, in film you can redo and reshoot. RP though, you probably just a one and done. If you messed up, whatever, but you messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. So what has been the hardest thing to learn in the process of between film, RP, and everything else do you think has been your biggest hurdle that you got over?
with that. Biggest hurdle.
Arguing with each other and trying to figure out who's going to answer this question. Sounds like to me.
Yeah, basically. Okay. I think the hardest thing is just starting and just getting people to help. There's it's I don't know, we're both like kind of socially awkward, so it's awkward for us. Like, hey, you want to help us like film? Or like if I go up to a girl and be like, hey, do you want to body act for my film? And it's it's like,
how do you
what?
make it sound right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably the biggest hurdle is just getting help. It's just recruiting
Connections
people
is tough.
without
It feels a
sounding
certain
like
way when you have to ask.
yeah, exactly. Without sounding desperate. Well, we are desperate. We need more resources for sure to try to do more ambitious films, or we want to film a scene. There's like 10 people in the background. That's hard. That's hard to get people for that.
Okay.
At least for us, because we're just starting out.
You want to give that we genuinely want your help, and not the whole we're making a video for the black and orange. You got a vibe.
Yeah. So hopefully when we release more projects, more and more people will be interested in helping us and everything.
Have you guys ever tried dipping into the RP community, since I'm sure will be a perfect fit for what you're doing?
Oh yeah, right. Actually that's what we've been actually getting a regular
we've been getting
kind of like a
with
stunt
them.
team.
The
because
people
his
I know are
connections
starting to trickle in,
yeah.
and they talk to each other, and they, it trickles around. The word gets out, and they're
Yeah,
having
they
fun
saw
with
our
it,
stuff.
which is important.
They saw us filming, and
that
they're like,
means
"Oh
they'll come
shit,
back.
we want to join." Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think those communities will come to you quickly, or do you think it'll take some time, or do you think you'll blend well?
I don't know. Probably take some time. I probably still need to be more like, not aggressive, more like active in recruiting for sure. Because a lot of people like probably do want to help, but they're waiting to get asked first or something like that.
That is true.
Just have to find the right people.
Okay. Well, at least you could always ask. The worst you'll get's a no. One of the beauties of being social. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, words. I lost everything I had.
Yep, just had a brain fart. Sorry, folks. We'll get it all back on all cylinders.
Yep.
Want me to come over there and kick you in the foot?
Please do. Probably in the head. That'll work best.
No, yeah. Short legs up there. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Kung fu chop and get up there, or what? Yeah, I'm just gonna jump right up there.
Okay. So what inspired you guys to get into to filmmaking in VR? Is there anyone in particular that kind of made you like, I want to do this?
Well, I've been interested in film for the longest time. I just never, took the bullet or whatever. And then I just realized, it's just so much easier just making connections on here, rather than going outside and almost dying or something.
Almost dying. Almost dying. Wow, my other producer hit me with the car.
There's crazy drivers in Florida, man. Like this.
I definitely understand. There's some crazy people up here in the Northeast too. Wintertime, steep roads, mountain hills. I'm just gonna rip out in 50-mile-per-hour roads in the middle of winter. Great idea. So, with VR specifically, in your work with it, do you think there's a future in filmmaking in VR? VRChat, anyway.
VRChat, yes, I think, but yeah, for sure, because there's so much cool stuff you can do for sure. Like just I don't know, yeah, we've already there's other films we've saw from other studios that have potential too, and yeah, I think after a few years, like for sure, like it'll just keep getting better and better. Like I don't know if you guys remember when the stream camera first came out, but it was like a piece of crap basically. So now with the camera, you have like a focus, you have like that. There's VRC lens now. There's just so many tools that help out with the filmmaking process.
Yeah, VRChat's done really well with the stream camera as of recently, especially with you can now record up to 8K. They have different as you said, different focuses and slow moving shots. It's nice to see they're actually putting some weight into the stream camera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's that, and at least with VRChat, it gives you the full ability to make whatever, if you have the ability to, whatever pops up in your head. It's not like real life where you gotta
Yeah.
use CGI and then a little bit of trickery of the camera to
Right.
get a thing.
Like a lot of stuff you can do in VRChat for free, and meanwhile in real life it would take like tens and thousands of dollars to do so.
Yeah, it's one of the things of VR I do enjoy is the ability to take whatever it is you want and make it at least a viewable thing. Hit yourself in the
Yeah.
childhood.
I agree.
Go visit places you've never been. At least it's one of the great things about
Yeah.
here. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you can definitely immerse yourself, like for sure. Just like some of the maps I've seen are just absolutely gorgeous. Like you just damn.
So
I got a question, Line.
shoot.
I got a question for you. Nestea and Port. I'm saying that right. I fuck up.
Everyone,
I fuck up
most
names
people
all
just
the
say Port.
I fuck up everybody's name. I can't even fuck up my own. Okay, when you guys ever thought of, it's a suggestion is taking the real world, right, and the VR section and locking them together. You ever thought of that? Of doing it
like
that
a
way?
film,
What I'm
a
getting,
film where
what I'm
there's
getting
both.
at it, what I'm getting at is see when the Sony trackers came out. Have you guys ever heard of the Sony trackers?
I think there was like little tiny colorful ones.
Yes.
Yes, those were actually
Yeah.
designed. They weren't actually designed for VR chat, but they were designed so you could take, like, we'll just say your avatar here, Nestea. You could walk without your headgear. You could take it and put it on your phone, and it would track your phone in the real world that way, and then flip it back in here to do whatever other stuff you wanted to do.
For, like,
and what it is
VTubing and
it
stuff.
takes and gets rid of. Yeah, it
'Cause it
gets
works
rid of
perfect
it
I do
gets
a little
rid
bit.
of the. Yeah,
Okay,
it gets
I'll
rid
look
of
into
the
that.
blue screen or the green screen effect. We're trying. That's what it was designed for. You ever thought of doing something like that and combine the two? I'm just curious.
I'm on it. Actually, that is our end goal. Is eventually we want to like mix, like basically get into mocap and like
Okay.
work for both VR and IRL like kind of at the same time and kind of. I think that's the future. There is because I think you can actually get a mocap suit and for VR chat maybe for like $1,500.
No, really.
So it's not too bad. Yeah, I heard there's a suit.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I learn something new
Interesting.
every day.
I had
in
no
here.
idea you could use mocap for VR. I just thought that'd be
Yeah, I forgot what the name of it is, but they recently made it for VR chat. Like it's like a suitcase kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how does that work, may I ask? I'm sure you've looked into it. I have no idea it was a thing.
I looked in it a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I guess you get the suitcase and then like it just scans your body once you put on the suit or something.
Interesting.
It's basically one big like tracker. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to look into that. That's actually pretty dope. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. I'll have to find it again.
Okay. I'm sure it's easily findable with all that. Are there any worlds that you found in the meantime that, like the train, for example, that inspired you to do a scene or a specific video?
We find quite a bit of inspiration. Like we can walk into a world and boom, we're just like okay, and instantly we can come up with it. There's inspiration on pretty much any world. You can come up with something, either a short or if you want to do a big skit or funny video, action, drama. Depends on the world sometimes. Because that was the train. We go in there, we immediately knew what we wanted to do on this train. And we're like, okay, this is gonna be cool. So. We do have favorited worlds, listed that says possible filming worlds or locations or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go back and check those out whenever we've got the next break or time to go check and see what we can do from there.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Are there any ones of note that you've already used? Worlds anyway.
Yeah, I mean we used a couple for the Dahmer skit. Like there was definitely like a creepy like hotel that kind of looked like the apartments he was staying at, or like just
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's probably the one I can think of at the top of my head because it was like, damn, this looks exactly like in the Netflix series where his creepy apartment was.
And it's so big and it's so creepy and it looks good.
Yeah, it was
There's
creepy.
a boatload of rooms. You could use anything for any video if you want to do something scary or mystery.
That was
like
actually our
Clue or
first
something.
like
Yeah.
short that did really well was Dahmer, and it was like a fish island, and he does a really good Dahmer impression, like a scarily one, like people thinks he's a serial killer. It got about like 10,000 views, and I was like, oh wow, okay,
Okay.
that was our first like bigger one.
Well, that's actually pretty dope to hear. What inspired the Dahmer thing then? What got that
Congratulations on it.
started?
So,
Shit. I think
that was
I
my whole
started
thing. It was
watching.
super.
Yeah,
Well,
he
so there's
he was.
multiple things with this.
Yeah.
It started with in the RP group thing when maybe Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes I go in there, I pull out a random character, I do what I can, make people laugh. One of them might just happen. I'm like, am I okay to do this? I just put on this Dahmer avatar. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Let me do something. And I watched the Netflix series at the time, and I'm like, I think I can pull this off, and then be funny with it, not be overly like creepy or upset anyone. It's entirely ridiculous. Make him look stupid. Be funny, joke, say anything that comes off my head. So I'd go up to people. I'm like, hey, you want cereal or Reese's Puffs? I was like, it has nothing to do with anything, right? So it's so stupid,
Yeah.
but. And then the other part was coming up with the video itself. I know, Ness, you said you were about to say you watched the Netflix thing. And...
Yeah, I basically watched it like a lot later, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is well made. And then I knew you could do an impression, and I was like, okay, let's come up with something super ridiculous where he comes back from the dead, and then he just keeps dying over and over and over. That's what the whole premise was.
Okay. And what had you come up with that idea for like dying up and over and over and over? Or just like a random thought?
Well, because he's dead, so
Yeah.
we were just like, okay, maybe if he resurrected and then like he just kept like he's trying to be a murderer, but he just keeps getting he just gets his ass kicked every time. Like there's a scene where Batman beats the shit out of him, or Nicolas Cage beats the shit out. It's just so random, because we know it's a controversial topic, so we didn't want to make it serious. So we just wanted to just pure comedy where he just just unlucky and gets wrecked every time.
Okay. Is there anything with that you've learned through doing that as a series? Any takeaways?
That I think it was pretty well made for just us two. Like the only takeaway was like I guess we could have probably timed it a bit better. I think we were a little too late on the Dahmer because Dahmer was a huge thing way before when it first came out. So maybe we could have timed it a bit better. But that's about it.
Well, it's not like you can always predict what's going to be big when. And
yeah,
I'm sure with a lot
exactly.
of things like full video productions and everything else takes time, and then you gotta have it come out while it's a big hype if you want to ride the hype train. But even after you come out within the time frame, at least you'll still get some interest in it. Great things about modern day streaming services.
That is the struggle of like YouTube. Is just like, okay, we're gonna come up with like a really cool project. It's gonna take us months to do, but we want to release something at least every week. So we do shorts when we can. So it's just like we're going back and forth. It's like, okay, we'll do funny shorts while we make something awesome that we put out every few months.
Okay. Well, you don't always have to make things week after week either. There are some channels that post once a few months. Like there's a channel done by a YouTuber named Michael that makes random technology bits, and he posts once every couple of months, not weekly. Reach out to his fans. Oh, look, I made a machine, and then disappears again for the next few months. So you don't really. Whatever works for you guys.
Yeah, but you're grinding. You're growing. You gotta be up there. If you want to grow, at least, right?
Yeah, that's, I guess, can be one of the difficulties of this as entertainment, is doing stuff that's fairly regular. I can understand that.
Yeah.
What was, you're mentioning that you guys couldn't do the Dahmer thing too seriously. What was preventing you from like doing it in more of a serious skit from that?
Well, because it's a very controversial. Like people mix feelings about the Netflix series, like which is understandable. You know, especially if you're, you know, if you're related to the victims, and you know, they're basically romanticizing a serial killer because you know they made him attractive. it's
Yeah.
there's a lot, you know, a lot of like weird stuff going on there. But I thought it was very well made personally. But I understand why people are upset about it. So it's just like I didn't want to like play around with that too much, at least.
I can understand that. Well, to be fair, it's also TV. They can't like have some dude looking horrendously whatever. It's not like the guy was like a monster, like looking in real life.
Right.
He was human at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to speak with us. Is there anything you guys would like to plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it, gentlemen. Anything you want to throw?
No problem.
Um,
Good. First.
They
Well,
do
I
the
guess if you
same
got the-
thing we do.
yeah.
Have you noticed
Like,
that,
the
Lion?
stupid-
They do the
stupid
same
delay.
goddamn thing. Look at you.
It's
What do you
the
want to
delay,
say?
man.
I don't know. What
The
do you want to
stupid delay,
You
know, it's
remind me
just,
of you remind me of the vultures in Jungle Book on the thing standing there and go, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And they're back and forth. Stop this crap. What's going on now? It's just funnier than hell. I thought we were the only ones doing this crap, and we do it all the time. Yeah, what do you got to plug, gentlemen? Sorry to mean to interrupt you.
Got me first. Okay, so I I don't want to sound confident, but we are an upcoming. We just started 3 months ago, but we have amazing growth. We're already at 30K. Well, one of our shorts got 6 million. So like I think we're doing pretty well, and we're really confident in our work. So I think in a year or so, I think we're gonna make it up there. I think, but at least with
Keep plugging it.
Yeah, exactly. We got to just keep grinding and keep getting involved in the VR filmmaking community, which I love. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff being made right now. So, and I hope to have competition for sure, because I think this is all like a beautiful thing. Competition's great. It's like a great economy to grow with. So check out Nesvirtual Studios. Check out our stuff. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff next year or so. And, yeah, anything to add to that?
Nope, you covered it. We're good.
All right.
Alrighty.
Good.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, we're like a duo kind of thing. We're trying to be like the Russo brothers kind of thing. Like a duo kind of